Travis Kelce reacts with satisfaction when Taylor Swift says hello to the audience on podcast. In a romantic setting at a villa on the Amalfi Coast of Italy, Travis Kelce sits in front of his familiar microphone, preparing to record a special episode of the New Heights podcast. Despite being on vacation, Travis still connects with his loyal audience, and this time he brings the most unexpected surprise, a sweet and genuine moment with Taylor Swift wearing a casual gray hoodie and a garage tech cap. Travis opens the podcast in a calm but excited tone and welcome to a special episode from Italy. I'm here, sitting looking out at the ocean, espresso, sunshine, and a special someone by my side. Just a few minutes into the episode, while Travis is talking about the fun things about his trip, Taylor Swift suddenly appears in the frame. She's wearing a cream-colored sweater, her hair loose, and her face radiant. "Hi everyone," Taylor smiled and waved to the audience. Travis paused, looked at Taylor, then back at the camera, a smile on his face. "Oh, yes, it's Taylor. And yes, I'm so happy." The moment went viral across social media platforms within hours. The hashtags #Taylor in Italy, #NewHeightsSwift were everywhere, and fans were commenting on how Taylor had so naturally entered Travis' world. Later in the show, Travis shared his feelings. "I couldn't think of a better place to record a podcast. And when she came out and said hello, it made me feel like this show was special. It's not often you get someone who not only supports you but is willing to say hello to a million people." He went on to talk about their wonderful vacation in Italy, from tasting Tuscan wine together, walking hand in hand through the quaint villages of Positano, to spending quiet evenings listening to music on the balcony overlooking the Mediterranean. Travis added, "We had some really peaceful moments, which I think we both needed. It was the first vacation in a long time where she and I were able to step away from the spotlight in the stadium and just be normal people." As for Taylor, she also joined in for the last few minutes of the show, when Travis invited her to sit down next to him and answer some questions from fans. One asked, "Taylor, what do you love most about Travis?" Taylor chuckled, looked at Travis, and replied, "I think it's his warmth and the way he makes anyone feel included. And I love it when he talks about his family or his podcast. He's really himself when he's here." Travis couldn't hide his emotion. "That's why I always smile when she's around." The podcast ended with Taylor and Travis leaving the studio, hand in hand, walking out onto the patio, where the sunlight was streaming through the large glass windows. The cameras stopped rolling, but the emotion continued to linger in the hearts of millions of viewers. A few days later, when Kelce was reviewing the footage to prepare for the next edit of the show, he almost dropped his coffee cup when Taylor Swift appeared on Travis' webcam. "Wait, that's Taylor? On the podcast? In Italy?" Jason's eyes widened, his mouth dropped, and he laughed in disbelief. He immediately called Travis on FaceTime. "Hey, are you trying to hide this from me?" She was happier when she walked in than when she won the Super Bowl. Travis laughed, not denying it. "I didn't plan it, man. She just came in because she wanted to say hi to the audience, and I couldn't stop her." Jason continued with excitement, "Actually, I thought it was awesome. I let her be herself, and she made the show more real than ever. But, next time, let me know. I'll even fix my hair a little bit to prepare myself." Jason then spent more than 15 minutes of the next podcast commenting on Taylor's appearance, calling it the cutest highlight in the history of the show. "I used to think of the podcast as a place for two brothers to sit and talk about football and life," Jason said, "but now it's a place where the sweet love from Amalfi can reach the audience." After the moment, both New Heights and Swifties fandoms exploded. Social media platforms flooded with snippets, memes, and tributes to Travis. Fans called it a podcast Cupid's touch. "Okay, come on, Travis, you've been off the radar for a week." "What do you mean?" What do you mean?" Travis Kelce laughed, his eyes sparkling with joy. "Bro, Italy is not just a country, it's where Taylor and I just had the best vacation of our lives." Part 2, The Flight to Italy, When Privacy Becomes a Luxury. Travis recounted the moment the two of them left the US on a private jet, trying to keep their schedule a secret amid the media frenzy that always followed the couple. "We took off at midnight, like spies, Jason," he said. "Taylor was wearing a hoodie, sunglasses even though it was midnight, and I was trying not to livestream." Jason laughed, scoffing. "Wait, don't tell me you brought a whole closet of shoes?" I only brought 6 pairs, Travis shrugged, feigning innocence.
1 pair for every romantic dinner.
Part 3, Venice, boats and peaceful moments. The couple began their vacation in Venice, where they chose a hotel by the canal, where they could quietly watch the sunset through the windows. Travis described the emotional first evening when he and Taylor walked on the Rialto Bridge. It was quiet, no one noticed us. I saw Taylor smile at the sound of the water lapping against the side of the boat, and for the first time in months, they didn't have to say anything, just held hands. Jason paused for a moment, then suddenly said, "It was so touching, I almost cried." Part 4, Florence, art, pizza and love. After Venice, Travis took his girlfriend to Florence, a city of art, history and pizza. Taylor was particularly fond of art galleries, he says, where she gazed at Renaissance paintings. I was standing next to a Botticelli, looking at her, and I swear the light from the frame was not as bright as the light in her eyes. Jason jumped out of his chair. Travis, when did you become a poet? Part 5, evening in Tuscany, private dinner and wine. One of the moments Travis remembers most is the evening they had dinner in the middle of a vineyard in Tuscany. There was a long table, covered in white linens, candles flickering, and soft music playing from vintage speakers. Travis says, Taylor was wearing a simple white dress, her hair down, and I was just sitting there thinking, I'm living one of her songs. Jason teased, and you're the main character on the next album, right? I hope so, Travis laughed. At least I'll be mentioned in the acknowledgments. Part 6, Days in Rome, ancient exploration and whispers in the Colosseum. Travis talks about the days he spent wandering around Rome with Taylor. They visited the Colosseum, Piazza Navona, and threw coins in the Trevi Fountain. Taylor wanted every wish to come true, Travis says. She closed her eyes, made a wish, and when I asked her what she wished for, she just smiled and said, "We'll be back here again." Jason pauses, then says, she just wrote the perfect hook. Part 7, Amalfi, Sea, Sun, and Love proposals. We stayed in a little villa on the cliffside, and woke up to the sound of the waves. Taylor had no makeup on, her hair was a little messy, it was just her, and I realized, I want this forever. Travis said he had planned a special evening on the balcony, just them, candlelight, and a non-proposal but meaningful ring. I said, if after all this, we're still choosing each other every morning, then maybe we've found what we're looking for. Jason looked at his brother and nodded. I don't think I can joke anymore after that. Part 8, Drunk and FaceTime, the most honest moments. Travis admitted he had a little too much to drink one night as the two enjoyed local wines. I FaceTimed Jason at 2 a.m., red as a tomato, saying I'd found the ultimate companion. Jason laughed. That was the weirdest call I've ever gotten. But I get it, you're really in love. Part 9, Future Talks, more than a trip. We talked about everything, Jason, about next season, about maybe living between New York and Kansas City, about if I ever hang up my boots. Jason asked quietly, is she supportive? More than that. She said, I'll be there, no matter what you choose. Part 10, end of the podcast. When Jason got choked up, Jason sat there for a long moment after Travis' story. I just want to say, hearing this from you, I'm really happy for you. I've only wanted you to be happy for the rest of your life. Travis smiled, his eyes slightly red. Thanks, bro. And you know what? I think this is just the first chapter. The finale music plays, bringing to a close one of New Heights' most emotional podcast episodes yet, one that's not just about football, but also about love, growing up, and true promises. Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes showed their team spirit off the football field this weekend, making a surprise appearance at Kansas City's annual Big Slick Celebrity Weekend. The star-studded fundraiser, which benefits Children's Mercy Hospital, brought out a host of famous faces and raised an impressive $4.5 million for a great cause, while Kelce's girlfriend, Taylor Swift, enjoyed a night out in New York City with Selena Gomez. Kelce kept things local with a boys' night in Missouri alongside his brother, retired NFL star Jason Kelce, and a gaggle of celebrities with ties to the city of fountains. On Saturday, May 31st, Travis Kelce, 35, and Mahomes, 29, joined celebrities with Kansas City ties for the Big Slick comedy show at the T-Mobile Center. The event, now in its 16th year, featured appearances by its celebrity founders Paul Rudd, Jason Sudeikis, Eric Stonestreet, Rob Riggle, Heidi Gardner, and David Koechner, all of whom have deep roots in the region. Jason Kelce, 37, also made an unforgettable entrance, walking on stage to George Thorogood's Bad to the Bone as the crowd roared.
Travis and Mahomes had entered together moments earlier, greeted by their